use this video to show you how ESRI can be used to find out where in the world potential Turn 5 customers might reside. So I'm going to log in to ESRI, if I can find it on your page. And once you sign in the first time, you have to create a project, and that will take a few minutes. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to open up a project that already exists. There are some guided tours here that are definitely worthwhile using, but I'm going to close those out for now. So what I want to do is to create a map from data. So I'm going to go to create map from data, and I want to have multiple variables on my map. So I'm going to choose a smart map search. And then it says, okay, what variables do you want to map? You're allowed to map up to 5. I'm going to browse the variables and see what variables are available. There's some on housing, business, education, policy, crime. This is a tapestry market segmentation scheme. That might be interesting, but I'm going to kind of keep it simple, and I'm going to explore the topics that are in spending. I could also type in the name of a variable and see if it pops up, but it's just like a keyword search. So I'm going to drill down to spending and see what topics there are. There's topics on spending on transportation. So that sounds promising. So I'm going to open that up and see what's available, and I'm going to open this up again. And I'm not really interested in travel, but on transportation costs. So I'm looking at the things that people spend money on, and something that I think that kind of would track closely, it might be maybe auto body painting or work, that kind of thing. So I'm going to choose that and apply it. And you'll see that this data is added to the map. It takes a moment. The default is to give us the information on the geographic scale of states, which is too broad. So we're going to do this drop down and limit it to counties, which is much narrower information. And then you're still going to see that the entire map is blue, because what we've chosen to map is all counties where they're spending on auto body work, from a low of $1,000 or $1,000 I think to a high of 134, which sounds crazy. You could also get average spending, or you could get an index, a market potential index. So I'm going to go with that because that's relatively easy to understand. If there's a market potential index of over 100, that those are places where there's a greater spending on auto repair and body work, or not repair but body work and painting. So I'm thinking like customizing kind of stuff, although it may include body work from accidents and stuff. But I'm just going to use this as an outline, so I'm going to choose places that index high, from 115 to 184. And so these are all the counties you can mouse over. You can find out where people index high for this kind of behavior. If you wanted to not see it on a map and you wanted to find out what are the place names, you can go ahead and do that too. But I'm going to go back. And not only am I interested in where people spend a lot on auto body and repair, but I may want to also add a variable that has to do with income, like look at places where there's a certain high income too, or look at just men of a certain age or something like that. So I'm going to add another variable, and I'm get that whole big list of variables again. And this time I'm going to choose maybe I'm going to choose income, and it could be disposable income, net worth, household income, wealth facts, income by age. So there's a whole bunch of different ones, and I'm just going to choose disposable income, and I'm going to probably choose a relatively high disposable income. I'm going to keep it simple and not worry about age right now, so I'm just going to choose disposable income of, say, maybe $75,000 to $100,000, and apply that. And again, you see that, every county is listed because the defaults go back to the whole range. So here I'm going to, again, adjust this to 115. Whoops. And maybe I'll look at not a total number, but a percentage, like say maybe a kind of high percentage. So I can either, I'm going to use this slider to get it up to the 115 because it didn't seem to apply when I typed in the number that time. Okay. Let's see what happens if I do. There you go. And then I'm going to use the slider just to say, a relatively high percentage. And these are all the counties where there is both a high percentage of that income category and people indexing high, spending on body work. And again, you could look at the table. If you wanted, you can, save the map and include it, but you can use this information to identify where potential Turn 5 customers might be. Hope this helps.